Hi, this is Payal Agarwal. Namaste.
Hello, namaste, welcome back. Today we are going to make something which is a classic but with a twist. So we are going to make two things. We are going to make a risotto, the shortcut way, which is easier and will be yielding the same result. So why not? And we will be making a soup. For the soup, today we are going to make a tomato and garlic soup. Very healthy, packed full of vitamins, and again, an immunity booster and perfect. It's very cloudy outside in Calcutta. Unfortunately, we are expecting the super cyclone to hit us any time soon. I hope everybody is safe and we'll all be fine, I'm sure. But since it is cloudy, it's a perfect way for a day for a hot soup. So that is the first thing we are going to be making today. Okay. So first we'll begin with the soup. So I take a pan like so and heat on. Okay. Now this pan should be absolutely on a low. Put a tad bit of oil, just very little. I've not even put half a spoon. Okay. And we don't want it sizzling hot. And we would put little bit of cumin seeds. Now this is like, the soup is more or less like a mix. In India we do call it shorba, which is like a thin version of, or a watery version of a soup. It's very flavorful. It's very aromatic. And as I said, apt for today's weather. So cumin seeds in, and we will take my mortar and pestle and put a small piece of ginger and a few cloves of garlic. I've taken around 4 cloves here. Put that in and give it a nice bashing. Now we needn't make it like a paste or a mince or anything, just a rough bashing will do. Okay. And once that is done, that will go in, just a rough bashing. Okay. That goes in. And immediately it starts to sizzle. Now we don't want it browning or anything. We just want it roughly done. Spoon, that will start, and roughly chopped tomatoes will go in. I've just cut it into quarters. Nothing fancy. And immediately you start getting the aromas of the garlic and the ginger. Clean. Tomatoes do spit as you put them in oil. Okay. So these natural disasters or the gifts of nature, as I call it, I feel everything is important. It is how we handle it. And we are doing a bit, I think. Everybody is keeping themselves equipped, keeping themselves at home, safe and healthy. A little prayer for people who are out there and don't have a permanent shelter. Try and help them as much as you can. Okay. A little bit of mint leaves. We will keep back some to break it and garnish on top. Little bit of coriander leaves. Again, we will keep back some to garnish later. So these are the predominant tastes basically, and nothing else pretty much goes into it. Cumin, garlic, ginger, mint, coriander, tomato. And this is how a lovely soup or shorba is to be made. Again, this can be made in 2 ways. I will tell you. Okay, so a little bit of salt, little bit of cumin powder, and a tad bit, just a pinch of turmeric powder. Now again, Turmeric is an immensely strong, potent antibacterial, antifungal. It helps in with your cold, and it's a fantastic herb. A little bit of sugar just to balance out the tartness of the tomatoes, not much, and a dash of pepper. So can you see all the potent herbs and the spices that are going in? How will this not make you feel good? Tell me. Okay. So once that is kind of coated and all mixed together, we put in water. A good amount of water, and let it come to a roaring boil. Now this would take around, I am making it for just 2 people. So I have taken around 1 large tomato or 2 medium ones. But if you want to make it for a bigger family, just increase all the proportions. Okay. Again, just waiting for it to come to a nice boil. We would cover it and just wait for a minute or so to come to a boil, and then we'll put it on the sim and we'll put it on the back burner and on with our risotto, a shortcut risotto recipe. Risotto in a jiffy, as I say. So we needn't, if you don't have arborio rice, it's fine, which is the classic rice which is used for the risotto, because it's very starchy and it becomes all stringy and soft and gooey while it's cooking. So I will show you a very simple trick to make risotto out of normal rice if you don't have the arborio rice, which I didn't have, and thus came this idea of making this risotto in a shortcut manner. And as I told you, no compromise on the taste, so win-win for everybody. So it has come to a boil. Now we just put the lid on, put it on a sim, and I will just shift it around, put it on the back burner and get my pan out. So this goes there and my pan comes here, and now we needn't do anything to the soup. Just let it keep simmering away on a sim, okay, as low as your gas will go. Now for the risotto. Again, oil, around 2 dinner spoons worth I'm taking, and before it starts becoming very, very hot, just mince in a clove of garlic. Small clove I had. Oh, 1 bit is left. Okay. A small clove of garlic I am mincing in. And as the oil starts heating up, the garlic will also start cooking. Once that's happening, the gas is on an absolute low, okay? And we will put in half a chopped onion, just half of the onion will go in now. And see, as the oil will start heating up, it will start sizzling away. That is what we want. We don't want it to brown. We just want it cooked and translucent. Okay. So while that is happening, again, as I told you, when we put the same ingredient on at different points of cooking, it will give you a different kind of taste. So a little bit of mixed herbs. It has parsley, it has oregano, it has thyme. A quarter teaspoon of that in now, with the onion and the garlic, so that all the aromas kind of fuse into each other. Okay, now while that is just about coming to a sizzle, okay, so at this point now we throw in all the mushrooms. I have washed them, button mushrooms. If you get shiitake, use it. If you get porcini, use it. Any mushroom that you can get, use away. That also now, let it shallow fry nicely with the onion and the garlic and the mixed herbs for a minute or so. As I told you, mushroom is almost 90% water. So it does give out a lot of moisture, and to aid that, of course, a little bit of salt. Just a tiny bit going in now, and then we'll check later. So give it a toss. And let this keep happening. Okay, it will keep sizzling and it will keep cooking. Now the rice in question, because we didn't have arborio, I have taken normal short grain rice, which is very readily available in India. Any short grain rice. This is normal white rice, short grain. Okay, very tiny. See, I'll just show you. This is already soaked, so you can imagine how tiny it was. This is how tiny it is, the grains. And what I did was, while I was washing it under running water, I was going on giving it a squeeze like that, so that it will break down further. So what happens with that is, it will become even more starchy, and when we are making the risotto, it will give you that same effect of being that sticky arborio kind of rice. Okay. So once the mushrooms are happening, I will just drain this out since I have dipped my hand in it. Give me a minute, I'll just drain this out and come. Okay, so I've drained out the rice and we'll just keep it here. Now the mushrooms are happening. See. It will, and now just squish it down, so that all the water kinds of comes out of the vegetable. Now again, you can make a vegetable risotto also. You can use any kind of vegetable. Use carrots, use beans, use asparagus, use broccoli, sun-dried tomatoes. Normal tomato risotto is also very, very tasty. So you can use any vegetable. I got hold of very nice fresh mushrooms, so I decided to make the mushroom risotto. Okay, so now that is happening. Now what we do is, we put because arborio rice is very, very starchy, and a normal rice that we are using is not that starchy, we have to give it a little bit of help. And that will come from white flour. So just a tad bit, just like a quarter spoon, just this much. Sprinkle that in and let it cook away with the mushrooms. Okay, give it a nice mix. And all the water that was released from the mushroom, the flour is going to absorb that. And the basic rule is, so the amount of oil that you're taking, normally you put 1/4 the amount of flour. So it never turns lumpy, and it will nicely make your sauce and your risotto creamy. Okay. So now to this we add a tad bit of water, just to give it that start. Put the gas on a nice high and let it come to a furious boil. Now again, because we had put the flour, see, it becomes like this, whitish in color. Okay, and now you start mixing. Keep mixing it. See, till the time it comes to a boil. So now it's come to a boil, and we turn the gas to a absolute low, and now we tip in the rice. All of the rice goes in. I have broken it down with my hands a lot. Okay, so try and keep squishing and squashing it and breaking down the grains as much as you can. Arborio, of course, if you're using, will give out its own starch in any case. It is very, very starchy. Almost, okay, so now this goes in. Little bit more of salt, little pepper, and if you want to make it a little more spicy, you can put in red paprika as well. Mixed herbs, half a teaspoon at this point, and give it a good mix. Let it again come to a boil. Now while that is boiling, I have kept a little mix of cream and milk in the refrigerator, which I will take out right now. So while this is boiling, okay, so I have taken around half a cup of milk and half a cup of fresh cream, the layer of fat on top of the milk, as I told you, cream from my house only. I have not bought any packaged. You could buy cream, of course, and you keep stirring this rice till the time it comes, and the gas is on a high at the moment, and keep giving it a good stir. Till the time you feel it's become, the water is almost all absorbed and it's become a little sticky. So you want that sticky rice kind of consistency. I'll just check on the soup. It's boiling away merrily. I'll just show you once. See, boiling away merrily. Okay, this is what the liquid, the tomato starts leaving all its color and aroma and taste and tartness, everything into the water. So let it keep on boiling. We've covered that. Okay, now this again has come to a boil. See, it's absorbed all the liquid. Now I'm using water, but if you have any kind of stock, if you're a non-vegetarian, chicken stock, seafood stock, and if you're a vegetarian, veg stock, anything can be used. See, it's almost absorbed all the liquid. So a little bit more of the water going in again. Little bit more. The gas is still on a high, okay? And again keep stirring it. Why you have to keep stirring it? Because again the rice will give out all its starch and it has a tendency to stick to the bottom of the pan. So please keep stirring it. See, it's already becoming sticky. And this is the trick to a good risotto. Nice and creamy. Now it's been around 5 minutes for the soup. So we switch that off. It's off and on the back burner, okay? Turn this gas to a low also. It's almost dried up again, the liquid. And at this point, we put in the milk and the cream. Again, any dairy that you're using, I told you one direction and it should be cold. So you keep moving it in one direction, push everything back into the pan and stir. The gas is on a low at the moment. Once it's all mixed up together like so, then you can increase the gas to a high and keep stirring, keep stirring. Okay guys, don't stop the stirring because it will stick to the pan and that is not very tasty then, the result. Okay. Push down everything and stir. a little bit of the milk. I have not thrown in everything as of now. We will wait for it to kind of amalgamate and absorb everything again. See how easy it is. Just patience. Not rocket science. Doesn't take time. I mean, it does take time, but it's not like, you're doing too much to it. You're just sitting and stirring. I mean, that's about it. So I have used short grain rice, as I told you, very readily available everywhere. In India, of course, it's called gulab chawal. So I've used that. You can use any short grain rice. Okay. Gulab chawal I have used. See, again it's absorbed kind of all the liquid. Now again, tad bit more of the water, little bit more the rest of the milk and cream going in now. That's done, every bit of it, and again stir. Gas is on a low. Every time you turn the gas to a low. Okay, now mix. Now we are using a little bit extra liquid. I mean, the normal proportion that I give you is with raw rice. So if you're taking half a cup of raw rice, 1 cup of liquid, right? That is what I always tell you. But in this, it will be 1.5 almost, because you want it sticky and gooey, and that is the characteristic of a nice risotto. You don't want all the grains separated and like a pulao like we make it. You need this to be sticky and kind of amalgamated. So now it's all mixed. Turn the gas again to a high. So it's just high and low and stirring. High and low, stirring basically. Nothing much. But delicious. Believe me. Okay, so now the entire rice, now it's come to a boil. Again turn it to a low. See now, it's almost covered, the rice with the liquid. And now we put in a little bit of cheese right now, and then again little bit later. So I am using normal processed cheese. Please, if you have Parmesan, use it. Mozzarella, processed cheese, of course, use it. Mix that again. And last bit of herbs. And now again keep going by eye. If you think that the liquid is kind of becoming a little less, go ahead and put a little bit more. If it's a little more sticky, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. Little bit of salt, and again the last bit of pepper. Okay, again give it a mix. And while we are talking, I am thinking that the liquid is a little less for my liking. As you can see, while we were talking, it's almost absorbed everything and become like this, like a porridge. So, right, so little bit more of the water goes in so that it can, and give it a stir and let it cook. Lid on. The gas is on a low at the moment, and let it cook for a bit. Okay. So now while this is cooking, again a little shifting would be needed. So this can cook away now for a bit, and we will just keep stirring it after a minute or so. So I'll put that on the back burner, and I'll get the soup pan right in front. So shifting happening as of now. Okay, gas on. This will go right at the back, and our soup is here. So now let the risotto keep happening, and we would need to stir it once in a while. Okay, so I'll, after a minute or so, let that happen. Now we will just, okay, now I'll show you. See, How nice it's looking. And it's aromatic and fragrant, and all the tomatoes have become all soft. So now we just squish it a bit so that it becomes easier for us when we are straining it. Okay, so strainer, I'll just get it, and a bowl like so. And can you see it? I'll just remove all this so that it's easier for you to just take a look. Okay, so the pan I will just keep here for a bit. So the bowl and the strainer, easy. Now can you see it properly? Okay, so now very carefully put the liquid in, all of that. We would be needing this pan again to simmer the soup for a bit. So first we just strain this off. Give it a nice squeeze. You want every bit of that flavor out of this. And again I was telling you, you can make it two ways. So either you do it like this, or this liquid that we have, the entire thing you could just blend it and not sieve it at all, not do anything to it, and just serve it as it is. That is also another way to do it. But the shorba, which is the Indian version of this soup which I am making now, is normally strained so that it's thin and it's almost watery. Okay, so this we would keep, and now switch on the heat on a low. Put this liquid right back into the pan. Okay, and give it a mix. Put the rest of the coriander leaves in. And now we just check for the seasoning, and then we'll see if we need more pepper or whatever. Okay, so just checking for the seasoning now. Surprise, it's perfect. Oh, good. So turn that to a high, let it come to a boil. The rest of the mint leaves that we have, we are going to break it and put it in the soup. Refreshing, good for you, good for your immunity, a burst of vitamin C. What else do we want? And tasty, tasty like you can't imagine how tasty it is. It's really yum. And we'll take a cup and I'll just show you how pretty it looks. So we would see. Nice, no? Piping hot. Perfect. Now we switch off the gas of the risotto and we get it back to us. Now we'll just give it a whiz. Let's see what's happening. Oh, steam. Okay, give it a mix. Now, see, it should be all gooey, and see the consistency of this. And give it a mash if you want to, so that all the starches get to work. The starch from the rice. Isn't it risotto in a jiffy? Lives up to its name or no? See how easy it was. So when you're getting that craving and we don't have the required or the correct, so to say, the ingredients, we will make do with what we have and we will do a good job of it. Right? So See, creamy, right? Now we'll just check whether the rice is completely cooked or do we need to cook it a wee bit further. So, bit of rice on my spoon and the seasoning, everything has to be tasted. Hot, hot, hot. It will cook in the residual heat. We needn't do anything to it. I will just show you how pretty it's looking. So, our rice, a good, see how sticky and nice, and a good amount of cheese on top. You could, of course, put any vegetables that you like and make your risotto. Dinner served. Enjoy your evening. Be safe, everybody in Calcutta, in Orissa. Be strong, be safe. We will get over it, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.